Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl LaResa Eyvon, and I am back with another video for you guys. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Be sure to subscribe so that you never miss a video from me. If you are an OG subscriber, welcome back. And without further ado, let's get into this week's video. Now, as you can see by the title of today's video, we are diving into the fact that my style has changed. Oh my God! Stop the press! Her style has changed. Listen, that is how y'all made me feel with all the DMs and the comments under my videos over the last, I'd say about a year and a half, just saying like, girl, you don't wear color anymore. Your style has changed. Like, what happened to all the color? What happened to Big Red? If y'all don't know who Big Red is, you ain't an OG. But Big Red is my red wig. It's an afro wig just like this one, but I have it more in a bang style. Honey, the questions was rolling in, okay? Y'all was like, girl, what's going on? And I just never addressed it because I'm just like, you know, people's style changes. And maybe I just wasn't ready to talk about it. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and address it in today's video. I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I've noticed or learned about my style changing and evolving and all of the things. And I hope that this video, one, helps you to just realize that things do change and it's okay. And also how to kind of lean in and navigate those changes. So we're going to get into first things first, if you will. My style has changed. Everyone's number one question is, why? Why did your style change? Why did you stop wearing color? Da-da-da-da-da. Why? And so the real answer to that is just, I've changed. You know what I'm saying? I changed. Me as a human being, I changed. And so with that, things in your life are going to change. And so as comfortable and as confident and sexy as wearing color once made me feel, there just came a time where it didn't. And so I've been creating content on Instagram for about 5 years, you guys. And so when I very first started out, I was very much in my colorful bag. Do you hear me? I was very intentional about the colors that I was wearing, but I will say I was colorful. You didn't really catch me in a whole lot of black. Every now and then I would put on a black look, but it just wasn't my thing. But if we can rewind the time, well before I was posting content on Instagram, this was always kind of my style and my vibe prior to me having my son. And we'll get into that in just a bit. But I will try to find some old pictures like pre-Carter. Look, before Carter, BC, before Carter, where you'll see that my style was very much what you're kind of seeing now. But after I had Carter, I struggled with postpartum depression. And while I was struggling with postpartum depression, I really wasn't thinking about style and how I was putting myself out in the world. Like, I was literally just trying to make it to the next day. And I don't mean to sound dramatic, but if you've ever experienced depression or postpartum depression, you probably understand that at times it's really one day, one moment, 1 minute at a time. And so when I was in the grips of postpartum depression, I feel like I was wearing black and gray just to be invisible, just so I could go to the grocery store and nobody would notice me and nobody would talk to me, and I could just get in and get out and be back in my house and sit on the couch and be depressed. You see, like, that's the mood that I was in back then. So you have to think that I struggled with postpartum for about 2.5 years. So from about 2016 to about mid to late 2018, I was really struggling mentally. Now, I was working my way through it and out of it, but it still had a hold on me. And so that's what I was doing. I didn't care about how I looked for real. If I really had to pull myself together, could I do that? Yes, I could. But on a day-to-day basis, I was working from home. I wasn't even really going into the office at that point in time, maybe 1 day a week, if that. And so I was just home. I was pumping. I was just home. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a mom and even if you haven't gone through postpartum, you know what I'm saying. You're just at home. And so I didn't care. I didn't care about what I was wearing. I was wearing oversized sweatpants, my husband's sweatpants, his shirts that, you know, were too big. I just didn't care. So I was wearing, like, the way that I was dressing was a representation of how I felt on the inside, and I didn't care. And so that's what I would wear. But as I started to come out of that, so you think end of 2018 going into 2019, it was like I knew that I couldn't keep wearing what I was wearing and feel good about myself, because when I was wearing all of these things, I felt like shit. Like, I felt horrible. So I noticed that when I started to buy things again and I started to care again, I was buying more colorful things, because that's the things that made me feel confident. Those are the things that, like, I wanted to be a confident woman again. And so I was trying to do things that would make me feel confident. And I found my confidence. I found my confidence in wearing color. I found my confidence in wearing wigs. I found my confidence. So don't take what I'm saying as like I wasn't confident as that person, because those are the things that helped me become the confident person I am today. So my style shifted back then from literally getting up wearing sweatpants with, look, milk stains and all these different things on them, to putting forth an effort into my style again. And I noticed that I was gravitating towards color. Color is what made me feel happy. Color is what brought me joy. Color is what made me feel confident and sexy. And so that's what I leaned into. And that's around the time I would say I started creating content, if you will. That was like in 2019. I was going into the office one day a week. My boo Donovan would come in. He would take my photos, and I wasn't consistent at all. Like, I may post a photo and I may not post another photo for a month and a half. But he was like the person who was encouraging me, like, girl, you've got this, you look good. And so then 2020 came. We went on lockdown, honey. And my husband was like, girl, you got to do something, because you're reverting back to your postpartum days. Like, I can feel that weight kind of on you, and you need to do something. And so that's when I started creating content for Instagram consistently. And at that time, wearing color, like I said, is what made me feel good. And so I leaned into that. I bought more colorful pieces. I bought more printed pieces and things with patterns. And I was, you know, that's who I was. That's what made me feel like LaResa Eyvon. And so that's what I did at that time. And I did that up until the point that it didn't. And if I'm being honest, it was around, I think April of 2023 is when I really realized, like, this stuff, like what I'm putting on and wearing and doing, isn't making me feel like me anymore. Like, I don't feel good in color. I would put on a colorful outfit. I would style a look for a reel. And I just, like, it just always was missing the mark. I hated Big Red by that point. I was just like, ugh, like, and I don't know, like, I will say, I'm not going to say I was the first person to wear a red wig, because I think that's a stretch. But I think more people had started to wear the ginger wigs, like more black women and stuff. And so I'm also somebody who doesn't like doing what everybody else is doing. So I don't know. But I went through this whole thing where I just didn't feel like me with Big Red anymore. I didn't feel like me wearing color anymore. Like, I just was like, ugh, like, I don't like this. And so when I would wear black, or I would wear, you know, dark colors, I felt better. When I started wearing this hair, I felt better. And so it was like, okay, that's when I first noticed, like, okay, your style is really changing. For my birthday that year, I bought a black and ivory striped dress from H&M. I hadn't worn something dark for my birthday in forever, and I felt so good in that dress. Mind you, at that point, I am gaining weight. So you would think, like, girl, you shouldn't feel as confident as you felt, because you getting big over, you getting plump. But I felt so good every time I would put on dark colors. And for a while, I started thinking, maybe I'm leaning into the dark colors because I am gaining weight, and I'm trying to, you know, hide the fact that I put on weight in my midsection, and, you know, I'm big. And so maybe I'm wearing dark colors for that reason. But no, I can actually tell you, and honestly tell you, I felt so good. Like at the end of 2023, I did 12 days of reels. Pretty much every single reel I was wearing like black and gray or black and white or all black. And honey, I was huge. I had gone from a size 12 in 2023 to a size 16 by the end of the year. So I knew by the end of the year I needed to make a change in 2024. If you saw my Where Have I Been video, you know I lost 30 pounds in 2024. So kudos to me. But even after I started losing weight, I still wanted to wear dark colors. Like I was just like, this is just who I am now. And so the number one question that I get about why my style has changed is just simply, I changed. And I was okay with that change. And so I just let it happen. I felt more confident wearing black. Look, with this pop of red on the lips, like I just feel like me. And so I just leaned into it. And that's pretty much, that's it. You know, like people change and it's okay for your style to change. It's okay for the things that you once loved to fall out of love with and, you know, they no longer serve you. Like all of that is okay, because all of these different things are what are leading you to becoming the best version of you. So lean into it. That's what I did. I leaned into it and I was just like, this is just what it is. Now, was I a little nervous? Yes, I was, because I knew I had built my fan base based on me having this colorful style and a colorful style personality. I still have a colorful personality. My style just isn't as colorful as it once was. But I really thought that when I made that shift, that, you know, it would take all of the people that supported me with them, because that's what I felt like they were showing up for. And at that time, I really didn't understand that people really just showing up for me. And if you liked me, you didn't care if I was wearing bright colors or if I was wearing all black. You were showing up for me. But it took me a second to get there and to be okay with that. So, yeah. So the first question, why did my style change? It's just simply because I changed. And that's okay. Okay. Number 2. How would I define my style today? So today I would say my style is very much so elevating basics. I love buying basic pieces and elevating them. I have always been a denim lover. Like if you are an OG from Instagram, I had a denim rack. Like that was what my background was. OGs, like this video, leave a comment below, as a matter of fact, if you remember the denim rack. That was what my background was. So I've always liked denim. But back then, I would say that, you know, I was rocking it with colorful pieces. I was rocking crop tops and just all of those things. I think my style was also it leaned into like a bohemian type of style. Like I liked it to look, I've always liked to look effortless. But I was really into that bohemian style, like a little bit more flowy. Maybe that's because I had, you know, some weight on me. I still liked crop tops and things like that. But I think my style, when I first started creating content, was definitely more like bohemian and retro. I've always liked like a 70s vintage vibe. So yeah, that was kind of what my style was then. My style today is just very much more chic and edgy and cool. Like I don't know, I just like to look cool. Like today I done stacked these necklaces on. This is a huge like rhinoceros. I got this belt on that has these silver details, the dangly chain bracelets. I got my rings. Like it's cool. Like if I went out with Carter right now, I'm the cool mom. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I would throw a leather jacket on with this and we would be good to go. Throw on some black loafers, a leather jacket. It's giving cool mom, okay? It's giving rock star. And that's truly what my vibe is these days. I like sleek. I am really into silver jewelry. For a while, I wasn't like silver who. I had a few silver pieces, but gold was my girl. I still wear gold, but I don't know. Like, I really love the way I look in black. I really love silver jewelry, a pop of red on the lip, and just having fun. Like, I've I feel like my style is still fun. It's still very retro and pulls on that vintage vibe, because I think that's just the core of what my style is. But that's how I would say, like, if you ask me how has my style changed, or to define my style today versus what it was then, I feel like that would be the difference. Is I used to be very more bohemian and flowy, and like, I would almost say free spirit is what you felt like from my old style, and my new style is just more edgy, chic, rocker, put me on the back of a motorcycle. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe that I'm on. I'm cool. Now, I've always been a girl who's into accessories. That's just always been my thing. I think I just had both of my grandmothers, my aunt, my mom, everybody has always truly shown their style personality through how they accessorize, and I really feel like I've adopted that, and I am no different. When I talk to women about trying to find their style or these different things, I'm always like, girl, stop buying clothes and buy more accessories. A lot of people ask me, like, where'd you get your accessories? Where do you get your accessories? I get accessories from everywhere. If it's cute, I don't care if it's from Walmart, boo-boo. I'm going to get it. Like, I have an eye for things, so I know when things look more expensive than what they are. And honey, you can make just about anything work, okay? But I think we all have a lot of clothes in our closet, because you're always buying clothes. Put the clothes back on the rack and go find you some accessories, because accessories are really what kind of take your look to the next level. Accessories really are what make your outfit a look, okay? So when I say I elevate basics, I have on a basic baby doll tee and some wide leg jeans, but I don't look basic at all because I have accessorized the hell out of this outfit. So yeah, put the clothes down, pick up some accessories, jewelry, a bag, shoes. Like, these are the things that kind of can change the way your outfits feel, you know? So that's just a little tip. That's just a little tidbit. Put the clothes down. You got enough clothes, boo-boo. Go buy you some accessories, okay? The next thing I wanted to talk about is, how did I navigate or handle my style shifting? And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It was a little rough in the beginning, because like I said, there were so many things that I felt like were tied to what my previous style was. Like, while I was just dressing for me, I knew I had people that were relying on me to bring the style that I was bringing to Instagram for that inspo. So they were looking for the colorful style inspo. They were looking for how to mix prints, or what colors can be mixed with what. All of that was what my style embodied. And so how did I handle navigating that? It was really difficult in the beginning, because I just was like, I'm gonna lose people, because they're gonna be like, who the hell is this woman? Like, this ain't who I started following. But I just had to really lean into it. I knew how I felt wearing color. I knew how I felt going back and editing my reels where I have on all of this color and just not feeling like myself. Like, I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel like, ooh, she looked good. Like, you know, like, right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a baddie, okay? But in those times, I was just looking like cringe. Like, I'm just like, ugh, I hate everything about this. When I tell you I hated Big Red, the hair, I almost burned her, because I was just like, I am not feeling her. Now every now and then, now I can sprinkle her in for a look, but it's just like, I had to lean into the fact that that's just who I was, like, no longer that person anymore. And I really just started to buy things that I felt like I was going to like. And that's a lot of trial and error. If you can go into stores, I would say that's better. As someone who's always loved buying clothes and wearing clothes and all of that, even when my style is shifting, girl, I can get online and figure out what I want and make the looks come together. Like, what I'm seeing in my head, I can go out there, find it, put the look together in real life, and it's gonna be Gucci. But that's what I had to start doing. I stopped like searching for color. I can't remember if I've ever made a YouTube video about how to search for clothes, like when you're going on a website, in order to not be overwhelmed by everything that you see. I would always go in and search the colors that I'm always gonna buy. I would search yellows, I would search oranges, and so I would just have this laundry list of all of those colors. Well, I stopped doing that. Now I'm searching black. Now I'm searching white and gray. And so I leaned into it. Like, I just let it be. I started buying pieces that I thought I would feel like. I looked at things and I was like, I feel like I would feel good in that. Like, that's gonna be sexy, and I would buy it. And then when I put it on, guess what? Lo and behold, I felt good. I felt sexy. I felt confident. And so the more you do those things, you're like, I want to rinse and repeat this. And so you start purchasing more of those pieces and more things. And so now you're building this wardrobe and curating a closet, rather, that will make you feel confident. And so that's what I did. I knew what I was gravitating towards, and I just allowed myself to do that. I gave myself the freedom to just figure it out. Did I spend some money along the way? I spent a lot of money along the way. My entire style has changed. And not only that, like I said, in 2023, I'm going from buying colorful clothes to now I'm buying like darker clothes, but I've gained weight. So now we're talking about I have to buy size 12s, and now I'm into 14s, and girl, by the end of the year I'm into 16s. Well, now fast forward in 2024, I've lost 30 pounds. So now I'm having to go back and buy more pieces because now my style, like, I'm getting smaller. Right now I'm about a size 8. I'd say anywhere between a size 8 and a 10. And so did it cost me some money? Yes, it did. But was it worth it? Yes, it was, because I feel better. I feel like me when I'm in things that look like this, when I have my black hair on. I'm really back into head wraps right now. Like, I wear what I like. And so there's no longer, I don't have this pressure. I was putting pressure on myself to continue to wear the things that I knew my audience liked, but I wasn't showing up as authentically as I could have been because I didn't feel good about it. So it cost me some money. Yes, it did, but it was well worth the investment. I've talked about how I handled my style shifting, but I also wanted to leave you all with some tips on how you can navigate and handle your own style shifting. And I know I said it before, but just really lean into it. Like, really think about how you feel when you wear certain things. Do you feel good? Do you feel confident? Do you feel sexy? Do you feel like you're ready to walk out into the world and like the world's about to get the best version of me? Or do you feel insecure? Do you feel, like low vibrational? That made me chuckle. But do you feel like off? Do you feel kind of like you're having an outer body experience? Like, how do you feel? Because if you're wearing things that make you feel insecure, why? You know what that to me is like a sign that maybe some things are taking place. Maybe my style is shifting, because this dress once used to make me feel like my best self. Every time I put that dress on, I felt good about me. I knew I looked good. I knew I was going to get compliments, X, Y, and Z. Even if I didn't get a compliment, I knew that I felt good and I looked good in it. If you put that dress on 4 years later and you don't have those same butterflies and overwhelming confidence, it's likely because the piece no longer serves you. Now, that doesn't mean you have to get rid of everything. I think we go through seasons, and I think you have to be able to understand like things that may come back around, and like your style may go back to what it was. And so I want to keep these unique pieces in my stash, like in my wardrobe, so that I always have them. You don't have to literally get rid of everything just because your style is changing. But at the same time, don't just keep on wearing things when you don't feel good in them. Like, I tried that for several months and it didn't work. Like, every single time I'm like, I hate this. I hate the way that I look. Now I don't even want to go. We all know it's like a domino effect. It's like, now I have this outfit on. I don't even feel cute. Now I don't even want to go, but I have to go to this event because I said I was going to go. Now I'm here. Now I have an attitude. Now I got to keep adjusting. Like, we're not doing all of that. We're just going to tuck that piece away in the closet, and we're going to get things that make us feel good, that bring us joy, that make you feel confident and sexy, and like that you put it on and you're like, I don't give a damn if nobody compliments me on this outfit. Honey, I know I did that. That's how I want to dress, okay? I'm not out here trying to be like showing up and like no. I want to feel good. I want to know that I look good, and I'm going to buy the things that help me feel and know that. And I feel like things, like you can go through things. It's not just physical things that can change about you that make your style change. You can just change, like emotionally, mentally, like you're just not in the same space that you were. Like I was saying before, I had to wear colorful clothes at one point because when I wore dark clothes, it put me in a different mental space. Like if I had on dark clothes for too long, it's like, ooh, is she going backwards? So it was like I knew that wearing colorful clothes kind of brightened my mood and lifted me up. And so it's not always just I'm dressing differently because of physical changes. Maybe I lost weight, maybe I gained weight, you know, whatever a physical change may be that makes your style shift. It's also just you knowing how you feel, like mentally, how does this make me feel? That you may know I'm going through a style shift or I'm going through a change, and I'm just going to lean into it. But whatever you do, lean into it. Like, give yourself a chance. Don't feel like you have to keep doing the same thing because it's what you've always done. That's not how we grow. And so when you start to feel uncomfortable in what was your comfort zone. So for me, that was wearing color and all of that. It was starting to make me feel uncomfortable. So I just was like, well, I'm already uncomfortable. Let's lean into that uncomfortable feeling and just go with it. And when I did that, it allowed me to open myself up to more things. And so that's what you get today. Like, that's how I was able to kind of allow my style to change. I didn't restrict myself. I stopped restricting myself because it was like, I don't feel good. So it doesn't matter if I'm showing up on the gram and bringing them content if I don't feel good about the content that I'm showing up and bringing them. Do you see what I'm saying? As your style is shifting and it's changing, like I said, don't be afraid to get rid of pieces that no longer serve you, but always be smart about it. You know what pieces are timeless pieces, are things that you just need to keep in your closet or in your wardrobe. It just may not be a right now type of thing. Hold on to those pieces because those are things that, you know, once you get rid of them, they're going to be harder for you to replace. But at the same time, don't just hang on to all of your old wardrobe because you're like scared of getting rid of it. Like, let it go. Like, if it's something that you know, it's a yellow sweater and like, I can probably get this yellow sweater again at some point. It may not be this exact yellow sweater, but it'll do. Get rid of it. We're not like, when you have a closet full of pieces, like when you go to your closet and you open it up and it's full of things that no longer serve you, it doesn't make you like, ooh, excited to get dressed. Like, and I noticed that as well. Like, I was like, so when I really noticed my style shifting, I basically took all of the colorful stuff that was in my closet in my room and moved it to another closet in our house. And then I moved all of the stuff that, you know, that I felt like was more me at that time into my main closet. As I started purchasing pieces, those go into my main closet. And so I think someone had asked me on Instagram about like my organization, how I do closet organization. We have a very small and basic house. I can show you all how my clothes are organized, but I'm just letting you know I don't have a fancy walk-in closet or a glass case closet or one of these closet organizing systems closet. Like, it's just a basic closet. You open that little door, and my shit is hanging on a rack. And then my shoes are at the top. So that's like my setup. I did ask you all on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at LaResa Eyvon. I asked for your all's video suggestions, and I'm also probably going to put a question out as I record videos like this, just trying to hear from you all what you all want me to touch on in the video, because I really do want this channel to be for you. And so in order for me to do that, I need your all's input. So I would greatly appreciate if you leave comments on this video with video suggestions. What do you want to see? As well as make sure you are following me over on Instagram. We have a broadcast channel called the LaResa's Pieces broadcast channel. I just love the fact that LaResa's Pieces is a thing. When I first said that 5+ years ago, I never knew it was going to make as much sense as it makes now. But it's like LaResa's Pieces is all of the things. It's the pieces that I share with you, like of my clothing items. It's the pieces of me and my heart that I share with you all. I feel like you all are LaResa's Pieces because you all are a piece of me. Like, it's just come full circle, and God is good. So make sure you're following the broadcast channel, because I will add prompts in the broadcast channel just asking you all what you want to see on the videos that I am going to record, as well as wanting to hear from you about video suggestions for future videos. So my last tip, I guess you would say, on finding your style, or if you notice your style is changing, like what should I do, is to just have fun. I know that it's such a cliche thing to say, and I feel like all of the fashion girls say it, but really just have fun. Having fun doesn't mean you have to mix prints. Having fun doesn't mean you have to wear all these avant-garde looks. And I think we're at a time with Instagram, because I know I struggled with it as someone who consumes content, not as a content creator, but I struggled with the fact that for a while, everyone that you're seeing that's like hitting it big and making it big on Instagram have these over-the-top avant-garde looks. And like, while that is for them, it's not for everybody. And so I realized very quickly, I'm not the girl who's gonna be mixing 17 different prints and put on this clown shoe, and I literally mean a clown shoe. Like, it's just not me. And I'm not hating on anybody who does that, because the people that I see doing it are rocking it out, okay? No shade whatsoever, but that isn't me. And I'm not gonna say it's not a lot of women, but it's not your average everyday woman. And so for a while, it was hard for me to feel like I could make an impact in the like inspo space, because I wasn't avant-garde. But then if I look at myself now, like, girl, you got all these rings on, you got this big ass rhinoceros necklace on, like, you are still you know what I mean? Like, and so people are gonna gravitate towards that style. I think this is fun. I've always thought rings and, you know, all of the things are just fun. And so just have fun with your style. What's fun for you may not be what is fun for somebody else. Some people are into big hats. Some people are into coats. Some people are into, you know, whatever they're into, skirts. You just have to have fun with it. I think the more we have fun with our style and push yourself outside of your comfort zone, that doesn't always mean I got to put on something over the top and go out. It just means maybe I don't ever wear dresses and I'm going to buy a dress instead of pants. You know, like, it doesn't have to be this big monumental thing, but just have fun with it. Like, and if you don't like something, like if you buy something and you don't like it, return it. I know there is a lot of controversy about returns, but at the end of the day, I just feel like if you spend your hard-earned money on something and then you decide, you know what, I don't really like this, take it back and get your money back, okay? I'm all here for not over consuming and all of the things, but at the same time, if I don't love it, it's getting returned, okay? So have fun with your style. Just be free. Like, allow yourself to have fun with your style. Like, don't overthink it. Don't worry about what people are gonna say. And if you don't feel good in something, take it off. Like, fashion doesn't have to be forced. We just force fashion. That's why we end up buying things that are on trend and then they sit in our collection and collect dust, while you see the person that you were influenced by wearing it in every other video because it was for them. It's not necessarily for you, and that's okay. That's what makes personal style personal. So have fun with it. It's like my biggest piece of advice. And that's forever. That's not just if you start to feel your style changing. That's just in life. Like, have fun with it. If it's not fun, if it doesn't feel good, if you don't feel good in it, change it. That is the beauty of style and clothing and all of that, is you don't have to be stuck on this piece because in your head this is what you came up with and now you don't think it looks good, but this is what I said I was gonna wear. Nah, girl, I'm gonna change it up and I'm gonna walk out of here feeling like my most confident self. Yeah, y'all, that is 5 things that I wanted to talk about with you guys, just about my style changing, why my style has changed, how I navigated it, how you can navigate your style changing. Just remember that change is a beautiful thing. Change is the only thing that is constant in this life, and we just have to learn to lean into it and be okay with it, and know that we are becoming the best versions of ourselves as we grow, as we change, as we evolve. This was a really fun video. It may have been a long video, and if it was long, I hope you grabbed yourself a snack or a little glass of wine, because I enjoyed making it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video, leave them in the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share me with a friend, because there is enough of me to go around. And until next time, bye.